we're going to take a BloodHound exit signal that was built in yesterday's workshop, and just show how to incorporate that into BlackBird. So just to kind of recap here, this is kind of a reversal trade here. So something like a long position would be taken going against the anaSuperTrend. Right, so we take a long position would be opened, and the key is as soon as the bid and ask, so that could be on that bar, or it might take the next bar, but as soon as the bid or ask price touches the anaSuperTrend line, then that is the condition that's going to be used to exit the trade for a profit. So instead of profit targets, exit signals in BloodHound are being used as the profit-taking mechanism instead of profit targets. All right, so let's get BlackBird up and running on the chart. So I already have BlackBird on the chart here, so I just need to enable it, and I'm good to go. All right, so let's get BlackBird open, and we'll start setting things up here. So the important part of this question is setting up the exit signals. Right. So there's no entry signals, there's only an exit signal. So we're going to turn the entry signals off, turn the exit signals on, and let's go load up the BloodHound template. So there we go, yesterday's workshop template. And if we want to take a sneak peek, here it is, the exit signal when the ask or bid touches the anaSuperTrend line. So it's pretty simple. It was just one solver there. All right, so we have the BloodHound template loaded. So now let's select the exit signal template. There it is. All right, so we have that selected, and really that's it. That was all that's needed, but just for the sake of demonstration, let's go ahead and set an order up here. So again, that exit signal was designed to take the place of a profit target. So the profit target is going to leave that blank, and just for good measure, just so we can see a flag on the chart, just for the sake of seeing a flag on the chart, I'll throw a stop loss in here. So, all right, click on that, and let's see here. Let's move the market. I'm going to move the market down a little bit and get the anaSuperTrend to flip directions. And then we'll take a long trade into the anaSuperTrend. All right, so I'm going to go long. So again, what we're waiting on is for the bid or ask to touch the anaSuperTrend line there. All right, so if we watch carefully, I'm going to try and slow the market down so it doesn't go too fast, but this trade should get closed out. It might get closed out before price even touches the anaSuperTrend, because the ask might actually go up there and touch it. And just for the sake of clarity, let's see. Oh, I do have text and markers on. Okay, good. Oh yeah, there we go. Good. So, all right. Well, I'll move the market up, and there we go. We're getting close. Just a couple more ticks. Oh, I forgot to do one important step here. So let's hold on here. You notice it's not exiting. Right. So we want to exit in real time here, but I forgot to make one important change here. This is easy to overlook here. So let's close this trade out and let's make this change. So I need to go back into strategies and let's turn the strategy off, and the calculate on bar close needs to be set to false in order to work on the live bar. So there we go. Now, all right, now this will work out. So let me pull the market down here. Okay, we'll do this again. Okay, that's good enough. Let's go along, and I'll move the market back up. All right, so the key is we're going to be looking for market to get to get really close to that anaSuperTrend. So, and the trade may get closed out even before price actually touches the anaSuperTrend. So again, it all depends on the bid and ask here. And there we go. And let's see here. This should be closing out. Maybe I had something backwards. All right, let me pull the market down again. Well, actually, yeah, I'll pull the market down. Let me close this trade out, and let me just double check here. Well, let's see. I'm not seeing anything obvious right off the bat. Let's see. Let me try this again here. Let's move that market back up. It's kind of come down here a little too far. Let's get back into a trade. There we go. All right, we're getting close. Now, the one thing we have to keep in mind is, even though NinjaTrader says that the anaSuperTrend is at, 55 cents, 0.55, doesn't mean that's exactly where the anaSuperTrend is. Let's see here. And that clearly should have exited the signal. Should have exited the trade. So, let's see. I'm not sure why BlackBird's not taking that exit signal. All right, let's try this a different way here. So let's see. I'm going to go in and modify the stop loss here. So I will just add a trailing rule to this. Yeah, I'll go ahead and leave this this break even +1 with the trailing. I'll leave that in there, and I'll just add another rule to close, or let's see. All right, so we'll exit on a BloodHound signal here. All right, so to exit on a BloodHound signal, we're going to use the trigger on section, and we'll select a BloodHound signal. And you'll see it's going to look an awful lot like the trade signals up on top here. And let's see here. All right, so the logic template is going to be our exit signal logic template. All right. And the signal trigger, let's see, signal in opposite direction, yes. So, right, signal in opposite direction. So remember, if we're taking, when we're taking a long trade here, right, we're getting short signals, right? Because exit signals are always, the signal itself for the exit is the opposite of the trade direction. So if our trade is long, then we're going to get a short signal as the exit signal, right? So if our trade is long, then we're looking for a short signal, right? So therefore, signal's in the opposite direction. And all right, that will do it. And that's it. That's all we had to do. So the action is already set up by default there. So the action is we want to move our stop loss to the last price. All right, so if we move our stop loss to wherever the last price is, which is the same as where the market price is, right? So whenever you throw your stop loss wherever the market is, then that will just get you stopped out right away and close your trade out. Okay, so let's give this a shot. All right, so let's see. We can take a short trade here. So let's take a short and pull the market down. There we go. So as soon as we got that BloodHound signal, bingo, we can see that stop loss moved to the market price and got stopped out. All right, so there we go. There's two solutions here. So, and I'll have to take a look at that exit signal and see what's going on here. So, all right. Well, with that, let's see. Let me take a look at the board and see what questions we have coming up here. Yeah, actually, so Frank is asking, is there a way to set up a trade in BlackBird so that the trade will exit based on a time limit or a time constraint? So in other words, if 10 minutes goes by, is there a way to get BlackBird to just close out the trade, I guess regardless of where it's at, once 10 minutes has rolled on by, so that way you're not just sitting in a trade all day. Yeah. So yes, actually, Frank, there is here. So we'll add another trailing rule to this. Let's open this up here. All right. All right, so let's say we want to exit after 30 minutes here. So we have a time seconds here, right? So in an earlier version we had a lot more options. This got kind of slimmed down for now, but we will, once we get to Ninja 8, we'll enhance this initial delay section again. So we're picking up some good ideas, and so we will be enhancing this initial delay section here. This does come in handy sometimes, but let's see. All right, so 30 minutes converted to seconds, I believe, is 900. Yeah. Wait, no, sorry, nope. 1800. There we go. So put in there 1800 seconds. So there's our delay. So we just kind of wait for that. And then again, we're just gonna we just move the stop loss. So the only sure way to exit a trade, get out of the trade there, just move your stop loss to wherever the last price is. Yeah, and that's it. So the only thing we had to do was just set this initial delay and just use the defaults for the other 3 sections there. All right there, Frank. So no indicator needed. So actually, you know what? I don't think you could build an indicator because the timing has to start when the trade is executed, and indicators do not have access to trade data. That's another restriction within NinjaTrader's framework. So indicators don't have access to strategy, trade, order or trade execution information. Not that it's impossible to write an indicator that could do that, but it'd be difficult. So there'd be a lot of things you got to work around. Okay, with that, have a great weekend. Of course, keep your questions coming for these workshops. These workshops are all based on customer questions. That's what they're for. So, okay, guys, good weekend. Hope to see you next week. All right, bye-bye.